What if I told you that a food often dismissed as a simple indulgence, a source of pleasure and perhaps even guilt, holds within it a profound secret for rebuilding the very pillars of your physical strength? We have been taught to be wary of its richness, to see it as a food of excess. Most will only hear the permission to eat cheese. 99% will miss the crucial distinction of which cheese and how to consume it. And without this wisdom, the food remains a simple pleasure, not the powerful medicine it can be. Understanding the pillars. Before we can speak of rebuilding, we must first understand what it is that is crumbling. We use the clinical term sarcopenia, the loss of muscle mass with age, but this is a cold, lifeless term for a deeply personal experience. It is the feeling of the pillars of your own temple, the very columns that hold up the roof of your independence, slowly turning to sand. It is the chair that becomes a little harder to stand up from, the jar that becomes more difficult to open, the walk that leaves you feeling more tired than it used to. This is not a simple mechanical failure. It is a sign that the inner environment of the temple has fallen out of balance. The common approach is to see this as a simple protein problem. We are told to eat more protein, any protein, as if we were simply adding more sand to the crumbling pillar. But this is a shallow understanding. The body is not a simple machine. It is a wise and discerning organism. It does not just need protein, it needs the right kind of protein, delivered in a way that it can actually use and supported by a host of other nutrients that create an environment of building, not of breaking down. There are two great forces at work within the temple. There is the force of anabolism, the building up, the repair, the growth, and there is the force of catabolism, the breaking down, the dismantling, the decay. In youth, the anabolic forces are strong, but as we age, especially if we are not mindful, the catabolic forces, fueled by inflammation, by stress, and by nutritional deficiencies, begin to gain the upper hand. The pillars begin to erode. To rebuild our muscles, we must do more than just provide protein. We must create a profound shift in our inner environment. We must create a state where the anabolic forces are once again dominant. We must signal to the body that it is a time for building, a time for strength. This is where the surprising wisdom of cheese, when chosen and consumed correctly, can become a powerful ally. Certain types of cheese are not just a source of protein. They are a concentrated, ancient, and synergistic food that can provide the specific building blocks, the master craftsman, and the anabolic signals that your body needs to begin the sacred work of rebuilding the pillars of your strength. To understand this is to move beyond the simple idea of eating cheese and to enter into a practice of conscious, strategic nourishment. The anabolic signal. The first and most important secret of cheese lies in the quality and nature of its protein. The protein in cheese is primarily casein, but there is also a significant amount of whey. This combination is a masterpiece of natural design. Whey protein is a fast-acting protein. When you consume it, it is rapidly broken down and absorbed, creating a quick spike in the level of amino acids in your bloodstream. This spike is a powerful anabolic signal. It is like the foreman of a construction crew blowing a loud whistle, signaling to all the workers, your muscle cells, that a shipment of materials has arrived and it is time to start building. This initial, powerful signal is crucial for kickstarting the process of muscle protein synthesis. But the wisdom of cheese does not stop there. If whey is the whistle that starts the work, casein is the steady, patient provision that keeps the workers fed all day long. Casein is a slow-acting protein. In the stomach, it forms a gel, and it is digested and absorbed over a period of many hours. This means that long after the initial spike from the whey has faded, the casein is still providing a slow, steady trickle of amino acids into your bloodstream. This prevents the body from entering a catabolic state. It keeps the construction crew on the job, repairing and building for hours on end. This combination of fast and slow proteins is what makes cheese a uniquely powerful food for rebuilding muscle, especially for a senior. It provides both the initial spark and the long-lasting fuel. But we must be discerning. The most powerful and beneficial form of this combination is found in a specific type of cheese, ricotta, particularly high-quality whole milk ricotta cheese. Ricotta is made from the whey that is left over from making other cheeses. It is naturally rich in this fast-acting muscle-signaling whey protein, but it also retains a good amount of casein. It is light, easily digestible, and provides a powerful 1-2 punch for muscle synthesis. The practice is to incorporate a small serving of high-quality ricotta cheese into your daily rhythm. It can be eaten with a meal or even as a strategic snack. When you eat it, do so with intention. Understand what you are doing. You are not just eating cheese. You are sending a powerful anabolic signal to your body. You are calling the builders to work and providing them with both the initial instruction and the long-lasting nourishment they need to do their job. This is a far more intelligent approach than simply consuming a single type of protein that is either all fast or all slow. It is an embrace of nature's inherent synergistic wisdom. The master craftsman, even with the finest building materials, amino acids, and the clearest signal to build, no temple can be constructed without the master craftsman who oversees the work. In the body, one of the most important master craftsmen for muscle health and overall vitality is vitamin K2. This is a nutrient that is tragically overlooked in our modern diet. Yet it is absolutely essential for the health of a maturing body. Vitamin K2 is not the same as vitamin K1, which is found in leafy green vegetables and is involved in blood clotting. Vitamin K2 has a completely different and profoundly important job. Its primary role is to act as a traffic cop for calcium in the body. In our bodies, we have proteins that are designed to move calcium around, but these proteins are inactive until vitamin K2 comes along and activates them. Once activated, these proteins can do their job. And what is that job? It is to take calcium out of places where it shouldn't be, like your arteries and your soft tissues, where it can cause hardening and stiffness, and to put it into the places where it should be, like your bones and your teeth. A strong muscle needs a strong bone to anchor it. Vitamin K2 is the crucial link that ensures your bones remain dense and strong. But the role of vitamin K2 extends to muscle as well. It appears to play a role in energy production within the mitochondria of the muscle cells, helping them to function more efficiently. It also helps to keep the cardiovascular system healthy and the arteries supple, ensuring that a rich supply of blood, oxygen, and nutrients can reach the muscles. So, where do we find this elusive master craftsman? The best food sources of vitamin K2 are fermented foods and the fats of animals that have eaten green grass. And this is where the wisdom of certain cheeses shines once again. Hard, aged cheeses made from the milk of grass-fed animals are among the richest sources of vitamin K2 you can find. Cheeses like Gouda, Brie, and Gruyere are particularly high. The bacteria used in the fermentation process to create these cheeses actually synthesize vitamin K2. The practice is to include a small amount of these high-quality aged grass-fed cheeses in your diet. A small piece the size of your thumb is enough to provide a significant dose of this vital nutrient. See this not as an indulgence, but as a dose of medicine. When you eat this piece of aged Gouda, understand that you are not just enjoying its rich, nutty flavor, you are consuming the master craftsman that will ensure the pillars of your temple are anchored to a solid, rock-like foundation. You are supporting not just your muscles, but the entire integrated system of muscle, bone, and blood flow. The anabolic hormone, we have the building blocks and the master craftsman. Now we need to ensure that the internal environment of the temple is one that encourages building. This requires the presence of the great anabolic hormone, the king of strength and vitality, testosterone. While often thought of as a male hormone, testosterone is crucial for both men and women, especially for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and energy levels. As we age, our natural production of this vital hormone declines. A diet that is chronically low in certain key nutrients can accelerate this decline. One of the most important nutrients for healthy testosterone production is saturated fat. For decades, we have been taught an unfounded fear of saturated fat. This fear has led to a diet full of processed vegetable oils and low-fat products that has been disastrous for our hormonal health. Our sex hormones, including testosterone, are manufactured in the body from cholesterol. And a diet that provides healthy saturated fats is essential for this manufacturing process. This is where the wisdom of full-fat, high-quality cheese becomes apparent once again. Cheese made from the whole milk of healthy pasture-raised animals is a wonderful source of these healthy saturated fats. It provides the raw material your body needs to support its own natural production of anabolic hormones. To choose a low-fat or fat-free cheese is to choose a castrated food, a food that has been stripped of one of its most vital, life-giving components. Another crucial nutrient for testosterone production is zinc. Zinc is a mineral that is fundamental to hundreds of processes in the body, including the function of the enzymes that produce testosterone. Cheese, particularly aged cheeses like cheddar, is a good source of bioavailable zinc. The practice here is one of embracing richness, not fearing it. It is about letting go of the outdated and harmful dogma of low-fat diets. When you choose your cheese, choose the full-fat version. Choose cheese made from the milk of animals that have lived a natural life, as their fat will be richer in other beneficial nutrients like omega-3s and CLA. When you eat this rich, full-flavored cheese, understand that you are not just pleasing your palate, you are supporting the very hormonal foundation of your strength. You are sending a signal to your body that it has the resources it needs to maintain its vitality, to keep the anabolic flame burning brightly. The gut-muscle connection. The final and perhaps most surprising secret of cheese lies in its potential to nourish the very foundation of our health, the inner garden of our gut microbiome. In recent years, we have begun to understand the profound connection between the health of our gut and the health of every other system in our body, including our muscles. This is known as the gut-muscle axis. A healthy, diverse gut microbiome helps to reduce systemic inflammation, that silent fire that breaks down muscle tissue. The bacteria in our gut also help us to digest and absorb the nutrients from our food, including the amino acids from protein. If your gut is unhealthy, you can eat all the protein in the world, but you will not be able to properly use it. This is where the magic of fermented foods comes in. And what is cheese? It is a fermented food. High-quality raw milk or artisanally made cheeses are teeming with a diverse array of beneficial bacteria and yeasts. These are probiotics. When you consume these cheeses, you are not just eating protein and fat, you are reseeding your inner garden with beneficial microbes. You are sending in reinforcements to help maintain a healthy and resilient gut ecosystem. Cheeses that are aged for a long time, like a mature cheddar or parmesan, are particularly rich in these probiotic compounds. The process of aging is a process of fermentation, of transformation by beneficial microbes. The sharp, complex flavors of these cheeses are a direct result of this microbial activity. The practice is to seek out cheeses that are alive. This means looking for cheeses that are not highly processed or made from pasteurized milk from factory farms. Look for artisan cheeses, raw milk cheeses, where legally available and from a trusted source, or cheeses with a long and traditional fermentation process. When you eat a piece of real Parmesan Reggiano grated over your meal, understand that you are consuming a food that has been transformed by time and microbes into a potent, gut-nourishing medicine. You are tending to the soil of your inner garden, ensuring that the roots of your temple are strong and well-nourished. A healthy gut is the foundation for a strong, non-inflamed body. By supporting your gut, you are creating the ideal inner environment for your muscles to thrive. The wise application. We have explored the 4 great secrets of cheese: its unique protein combination, its role as a carrier of vitamin K2, its support for hormonal health, and its probiotic potential. But to simply hear this and to start eating large amounts of any cheese would be to miss the entire point. The power is not in the cheese itself. The power is in the wise application. This is the unifying principle that turns this food from a simple pleasure into a strategic tool for rebuilding your strength. The wise application has three components.